Hello. So a lot has been going on in Nigeria around COVID-19, coronavirus, quarantine, lockdown, and everything. I think this is the third week we're in lockdown in Delta State, Maidog Bush, maybe Bedok Bush. So uh, I just want to say this before I forget that I have said it before. We are having a new normal in Nigeria. The oil price has crashed, and we are in for a very long ride. And what I want to just point is the way forward, what we should be doing and what will help us, and what I think if Nigerians are smart, this is what they should be doing. So going forward, there will be no oil money to share anymore. There will be little or no money to share, and there will be clamor for economic restructuring. And what I think is that a lot of people go back to basic things that can earn money for us, and that is agriculture. And basically, the people who are the major people, the people who are majorly into agriculture are the northern Nigeria, and I think they are going to be pushing for um, economic restructuring of this country where they can produce a lot of food for themselves and maybe sell to other states because that is where their strength lies. And we down south, I think we don't even have land anymore. The few land we have are messed up with oil spill, and our rivers are polluted, the fishes are gone, and we have the little we have right now that we can depend on is gas, and there will be loss of job. And what I would suggest that the governors of southern Nigeria, Niger Delta, South, Southeast, South West should be doing right now is to try to invest in agriculture. I like what Lagos State government did with KB State, something like that, collaborating with states that with land massive land, um, massive arable lands, where you can plant a lot of stuff. Collaborate with states. You bring land, I bring machinery and expertise, and you bring labor and all that. You put us together and produce something where we have a processing plant. So, what we should be doing right now as a state government, as a responsible people, is to go um, digital, go um, agro, mechanical, mechanical agriculture, better commercial agriculture, not be shoot bird own, not be political something where they dey snap picture. Real mechanical and commercial agriculture, that's what we should be going to right now. If we cannot get land, we collaborate with state with massive land. Niger State has land, Sokoto, KB, a lot of northern states, they have massive land. State governments can put us together and start what we'll be thinking about importing right now is not champagne and vehicles, but machinery. What we should be importing right now is intellectuals that can put together machines that will work, that will produce food for us. We can process food, we can export food, we can generate a lot of money from there, and we can feed ourselves. So basically, we can actually feed ourselves, but beyond eating, we need to process and export so that we can uh, earn foreign exchange because the world is going to be very hungry. Uh, or hunger is going to rise. Price of food is going to rise. Except we go into massive agriculture, farming, and what I what I will suggest for the federal government is to revisit that land use act, and see how get making people get land easily. People can farm, people can get access to farming inputs and machinery. People should go to farm because food is going to be scarce in the world and food is going to be expensive in Nigeria. The rich, of course, politicians and the rich will have a lot, will have no problem, but the poor and those that will be jobless will have problem. So that is where the problem is, and this is the advice I'm going to give to the government. Start thinking about agriculture. Forget about oil. Forget about oil right now. Nobody's going to go back to oil. Oil is gone. The world economy is gone. So people are thinking about green energy, greener solution, not oil. Oil don't pass. As like this, oil don't pass. If at all, maybe not to power our small this thing. And people are improving in technology to get green energy to power whatever engine you want to power. So oil more or less will be useless to people that have been buying our oil. Probably maybe some Asian countries and African countries, but Europe, Americas, they're going digital. They're living fossil fuel. So another thing that I would like to point out, we have seen that we don't have data anywhere because we don't have data. We have been struggling with this curbing COVID-19, distributing relief material. Even if we have so much money to distribute, we will not be able to distribute it very well because we don't have data of poor people. We don't know anybody. People can just disappear in Nigeria and you can't find them. I think that's one of the reasons why US banned Nigerians from getting visa, because we don't have any data. We can't track or trace anybody. America want to know who is entering their country, but yeah, Nigerians don't have reliable data. So what I would suggest, or what I want the presidency to do, is to allow states to go do their census, and if they remove that MPC from population census from the exclusively. Let it go to the state. Let the state be able to know what they are doing. Let them be able to organize themselves. Let them know the numbers. Let them know their numbers. I don't even think they even need permission from the federal government. You go ahead. If you really know what you are doing, you should be able to count yourself without. You should be able to identify yourselves in your state. So we need to identify ourselves. It's quite unfortunate we're having so-called doctors as governors in Delta State, and nothing did their head. Nothing did their head. This is some of the things that they would have done. So I don't want to criticize much. I just want you, if you are a friend of the government, you can discuss with your governor that this is what you need to do now. It's going to get worse. It's not good. Yes, we're in end time, but it's going to still get worse. So it's not even if COVID-19 will not even go away anytime soon. The effect of COVID-19, the ripple effect of COVID-19 is going to take years. We cannot recover. So what we should do is to know ourselves, get a database, and invest massively in agriculture. That is the way forward for us right now. There is no free money anywhere anymore. They not to begin to clamor for economic restructuring. That restructuring that we'll be talking about, they are going to clamor for it now because we are going to be like parasite to them. They want to eat. They want to feed themselves with their food, okay? And they want to export. Since they cannot get oil money now, they are going to invest money in processing their food products and export and make money for their state. What do we have in the south? Maybe gas. And the gas is still in the exclusive list. You see? So we should be smart. This is what I'm just thinking. I should drop it right now before I forget. Over and out.